Hello my lovely crafty friends, and we are back with Junk Journal January, collaboration project with Lindsay at the Vintage Button and Sandra at Be Happy Stationery. And today we are on day 17, which is folded. So for today I'm going to create a folded paper pocket that you can then stuff with whatever you want. So let's have a look at yesterday very quickly. Yesterday was printed, and we did the gel plate printing, and then we layered up the gel plate to create hidden paper clip kind of what they're called, clusters. There's the word, clustered kind of hidden paper clips on the belly band. So for today we've got another quite plain page, but that doesn't matter, because what we're going to do is we are going to create this pocket that we're going to add. So I'm going to put the book out the way so it doesn't get marked. And for this I'm going to use some of the printing, some of the papers, some of the others, and I've chosen a middle page out of one of the signatures out of one of the books that I tear the pages out of. You could use an A4 piece of paper, you could use collage paper, or whatever you've really got to hand. And all I've done is a tri-fold. So I folded it evenly in 3 parts. Now, this is where the magic happens. What I want to do is I want to create an extra pocket. So I'm just torn that one off at an angle, and I'm just going to glue it inside the edge of the middle of one side. You could, I'm not too fussed about what I'm going to have it on the back, because the back is going to be stuck onto my page. Okay, so I'm just going to tear that down so that it fits inside the fold. Okay, so that will be our first pocket. So for this pocket I want to come in the other direction, creating, there we go. So that into, we've got one there, we've got one there, and then this one coming over. So I'm going to have that coming back in that direction again. So let's have a look. It about there. So the fold for today is quite a simple fold. Oh, there we go. That's not what I wanted. And I'm going to take this excess off. And I do want that quite a sharp. There we go, that's better. So what we've got now is we've got this pocket here, we've got this pocket here, and this pocket here. Open it up again, and what I'm going to do is just stick some paper to cover the back. Now I had already had a go at this, and it was a bit of it, I made a bit of a boo-boo, so I'm just tearing off that paper that I'd used for the backing, and then I'm going to stick that down over that back fold, which will then cover up that extra one we stuck in. Keeping that nice and neat. There we go. So we've got the back of our pocket. We've got fold number 1. Okay. We've got fold number 2. And we've got fold number 3, which is just a little tuck spot at the bottom. So for each fold, just going to, let's just check how tall this is, because we might not need, no, that fits. So for each fold, I'm just going to put a line of glue at the bottom, line of glue at the bottom, and this one needs a line of glue at the bottom and up that side. So there are lots of different folded pockets that you can see online, but this is the one I'm going with. And then I'm just going to curve off the edges. Might just want to take that a little bit shorter. There we go. Curving off those edges. There you go. And then what we've got is a folded pocket, and it was a really simple fold. It was just a tri-fold that we can then embellish and get ready to stick on the page. So let's find an image. And in fact, yesterday we cut out and printed, didn't we, more than we needed. So where are they gone? There we go. Oh, no. Oh, there it is. Yeah, he's quite nice. Should we go with owls? Let's start with foxes. Right, so now we get to decorate those pockets. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that doily along that edge. There you go. What should we have? I've got my brown washi tapes, so we could have some brown washi tape coming up this edge. Let's go with this one that's got some almost a semic writing. A semic writing is just writing that's a little bit nonsense. Doesn't really make sense, can't really read it. It's just more scribbles. Let's go in there. So if I was doing this for another project, I'd have my lace out, I'd have all sorts out, but because I'm trying to keep as flat as possible, yeah, so that's can tuck in there. I'm going to have him there, so let's find something to stick him onto. I quite like this. Stick him down. We're just going to tear around him. So he's going to be my little focal point. He's going to come in here. So you can just about see that lace behind him, the doily. Big blob of glue. Stick that thread down. So the lovely kit that we're using can be downloaded for 50% off from Sandra Be Happy Stationery's Ko-fi shop. Links are in the description below. And it was a collaboration design project between Sandra at Be Happy Stationery and a lady called Jeanette at Crafty Dragon Designs. She's a digital creator. There we go, that's quite cute, isn't it? Right, let's see what we can put on this one to give that a little bit more pizzazz. Thinking we have some of this. So I just want to come trying to make sure it's kind of, there we go. Okay, so we're going to just glue that in over that. And I probably should have done it before I stuck it together, but hey ho, who goes for ease? Not me. And we're just going to stick that in like that. Oh, that's quite cute, isn't it? There we go. So we've got our loaded pockets. Well, we've got our pockets, which you can add anything really you want to. I'm just going to tear off this rosette that's in the doily because I quite like it. I think be up nice there. Let's find just little something. Oh, got these flowers, haven't I, that I haven't used really for a little while. Let's find one that fits nicely. Get a nice white one. That's quite nice. So let's have that up here. Okay, lovely. Quite like that. Okay, so let's see what we can stick in our pocket. So we can stick him in, because we cut him out on the last, that's it. Stick him in. Let's put a flower in with him. Let's find, oh, I had some other bits that I'd already cut out, actually. Where are we? So we can use any of the tags. That might be a bit wide, but we can trim it down. We can just pop, there we go, so there's a little bit of journal paper that's left over. Just pop that in there as well. There we go. Oh, this is just a piece out of one of my journal packs, so that can go in there as well. So you see, we're just popping little bits in there, nothing too strenuous. I'm just going to tear this up as a square. Let's just pop him in behind there. So that just brings that theme through. We're just loading up the pockets, and sorry, I'm a right old pickle here. So I'm not sure what I'm going to put in that top pocket yet. What I'm looking for. Ah, there we go. Is something like this. So something quite tall that I can pop on to a book page. Let's just cut this out. Let's use a little bit of that. Come down, we can have that stuck over that. Yeah, let's go with that. And what we want to come is over round like that. And bring it down. This is not an exact science, never is. Make it up as you go along. So I've started over the last few pages just creating layers using these papers. And as I said, now I'm getting my crafting mojo back on. It's quite nice to do something different. And get that gold pen out. Just go round the outside of that tag, adding that gold element. And I could use my paint sticks, which I bought with my Christmas voucher, but actually I quite like the gold. And I'm not too fussed that this is only printed on paper, because we're sticking it onto other layers, so that will add strength to it. There you go. There you go. I was like, don't tell me you've run out already. You were brand new for this. Okay. No, I just hadn't shaken it enough. There you go. Just giving it a rough edge. All right. And we're going to stick that one down. So again, we've got that little cluster effect going on. Just tear that off the bottom. Okay, there's my hole punch. Going in with my little hole punch. Add a bit of string. Keeping it all to that neutral theme that we've got throughout the Junk Journal January. So you've got your little tag. Pop that in the pocket. There you go. That fits in there, so you've got something there to pull out. You've got the little bits of embellishment. I might even stick another one of those paper roses at the top here. Yeah, let's just, and then we'll stick that. Just giving it layers. So I am kind of entering into my normal patterns of craft in which I layer up and I tear and I just kind of add things. Let's go with that original one. Oop. There we go. So we've got a bit of the doily, bit of the printed paper. We've got some of the papers that we've used throughout, and we've got our folded pocket that's stuffed with papers and embellishments from the kit and other bits that I've been using throughout this project. So let's go back to our book. So on this page today, so this is just going to have pride of place just kind of stuck there, and I don't really want to do too much to the page because I want that to stand out. But what I am going to do quickly is just give the whole thing kind of a back. So I'm just going to glue the whole thing down onto this printed paper. Just got a tiny little bit of a gap around it. I'm just going to follow the natural line. I had a dream last night that I woke up and that I'd had a telephone directory delivered through the door. And it was really weird because this was in my Happy Mail from Sandra a couple of months ago now. And I was only saying to one of my friends the other day, I wish we still got those telephone directories. They'd make really lovely papers. And there we have our folded pocket. So let's just stick that down. So it's not a complicated fold, but by embellishing it and stuffing it, we have created that folded effect. And then let's just stick our prompt down. Up there. And ta-da! Day 17, folded. Oh, prize giveaway. So that's folded. So yesterday we added some of the printed collage papers to the kit, and today I'm going to get my box of stamps and I'm just going to go through, take a few out and just create a little pack of book page stamps to go in that envelope. There's some lovely biscuits, flowers. What's this? Oh, nice big flower. Oh, little dress, picture frame, some paint splats, some numbers. That one's got a bit of gold on it as well. So some of these are, so that one's a nice bumblebee. Nice blue butterfly, some bumblebee postcards. Oh, little jars, little fairy. So we're just going to add those to the prize. And to be able to win the prize, you need to join my Facebook group, Crafty Claire's Crafting Community, link in the description below, and post a picture of something you have created in Junk Journal January using Sandra's kit, if possible. If not, just show me something you've created in Junk Journal January. So I look forward to being able to pick the winner. And as I've said before, this is a UK-based competition. Apologies to any of my followers abroad, but the cost of postage is just ridiculous these days. So unfortunately, being January and being Skinty McGinty, I needed to just keep it UK-based. So there's quite a few bits in there. Just going to pop those in an envelope and pop those in the pocket, in the prize. Oh, look, it's even a cup of tea. Put some more biscuits for you. So just going through, just grabbing a few bits out. So they will be in the prize as well. And then also, bearing with, I'm going to go through my die cuts. This is my box of die cuts and card toppers. So I'll go through those, and I might even die cut some more for you, and I'll pop an envelope of that in as well. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.